Hey everyone, during this video I'm going to talk about RALA. This is from Nootropics Depot. It is a very strong antioxidant, and what I like most about this product is that it is applicable really for all audiences. Anyone can essentially benefit from taking alpha lipoic acid. It's suitable for people in the bodybuilding as it can help you deal better with your carbohydrates. If you eat a lot of carbohydrates, you're more likely to store them into your muscle cells versus your fat cells via something called GLUT4. If you look that up, it could be helpful, GLUT4. And again, that's the delivery of carbohydrates essentially to your muscle cells, increasing your glycogen levels versus carbohydrates being stored in your fat cells, right? So the way that you would take this is taking 1 or 2 capsules prior to one of your bigger meals of the day. So for most people, it's like breakfast and dinner, or even post-workout. Those are your biggest meals. So you take 1 or 2 capsules, then you'd have your meal, and what you'll notice is just increased energy levels after the meal. You may even notice you have like a bigger, better pumps if you work out. And that's something which is really hard to find in terms of in a product. It's a noticeable phenomena, particularly for people that don't tolerate carbohydrates well. There's something, of course, called insulin sensitivity, and the better your insulin sensitivity, the better you are likely to respond to carbohydrates. So people with bad insulin sensitivity, also known as insulin resistance, are people who have diabetes. So a good example of that is everybody knows someone who gets tired after they eat carbohydrates, like an uncle or a cousin or someone. Typically they're elder people and they're people who don't exercise. They will eat, for example, like a bowl of pasta and just feel very fatigued, very sleepy, very groggy. And that is a result of having low insulin sensitivity, which can take place from things like not being active, having a poor diet, your balance of omega-3s to omega-6, as well as just leanness. Leanness is one of the, one of the better predictors in terms of you dealing with carbohydrates. Whereas this is a product which just seems to do that for you. So again, if you take 1 or 2 capsules prior to your biggest meals of the day, you'll notice the increased energy, and even the following day, you should wake up less bloated. So your water retention is very low. This was very popular when it comes to bodybuilding supplements about, I think, like 10 years ago or so. There was a combination of different ingredients, RALA being one of them, cinnamon, chromium, packed into a product called Slinsane, and this product's promise was basically that if you eat really big meals, you're not going to store them as fat, you're going to store them as muscle instead. And that's really snake oil. It's not essentially true. If you eat fat, it's still going to be channeled to your fat cells. However, there is something to be said about eating carbohydrates and redirecting them to the right places. So that's what this stuff is really good for. I only use it on my refeed day. One day of the week, I have like a refeed day where I go especially high on carbohydrates. That's going to help me with things like my thyroid function. It's going to help me with my sleep quality. And again, it just gets that, that like social relief that if I want to eat out, then I can do so. So the trick for a refeed day to work is exercise on that day, carbohydrates high, fats low, and you likely won't notice any fat gain. It's a pretty cool effect. So this is a supplement which helps in my bigger meals during that day. I'll take a couple capsules beforehand and you'll notice they're working just because you'll feel better. And then, the following day, you're essentially you're looking leaner, you're looking as if your muscles are fuller, your body may actually have more veins popping up, like your vascularity. So I hope that's helpful, guys. I'm about to eat my big meal, so I'll take a cap. Check the description box for some other recommended supplements, and I'll look forward to seeing you all next time.